I couldn't believe I was watching an 18-year-old in his second game of football do what he did against the West Coast midfield, which we've been speaking of for years, and they added Tim Kelly. It's not... He blew me away with the talent like we saw Chris Judd do when he arrived, when he played Brisbane. Everyone goes, have a look at this, have a look at this. What blew me away with Matt Rowell was how tough is this guy and how he hunts the ball. What happens, Jared, I reckon, and tell me if you agree or disagree, 18-year-olds come into the competition and they build their body mass and they build their confidence and they build their want to compete. Matt Rowell arrived with it all in place.
Yes.
All in place. Lee Matthews, I spoke to Lee yesterday, the great Lee Matthews. He called him a man-child.
Yep.
He said he's 18 and plays and looks like he's 25. Now, if he plays at this level from now to he's 34, we are going to see a great career.
Yes.
And hopefully he's going to get better. But he's arrived with everything, and that is so rare as an 18-year-old. Not many do, mate.
No.
I can't think of any.
Well, Joel Selwood was drawn publicly to it, wasn't he? And he arrived in 2007 after Geelong's miserable 2006, and he tangibly changed the environment. He was a very real part of what happened next. He had a lot more around him than Matt Rowell does.
But he still stood out in that group, Joel.
Yep. And so when he put that up, you went, yeah, I can see that's a passing of a mantle. This is what you were and this is what he is. And what he is he's going to be the cornerstone for the Suns. And we've all worried about how transient that has looked for a long time. People are going to want to play with Matt Rowell, and Matt Rowell wants to play with the Suns.
Last thing, just one thing on Joel before we get to the others at the Gold Coast. Joel wouldn't have meant it, but we all took it, as you said, the sort of semi-passing of the
He knows.
Joel...
He'd know.
He knew. Subconsciously, he's going, wow, I've got to write something about this kid, like not anointing him, but sort of semi-anointing him. And I really enjoyed it. I mean, Joel's played a Cherry game on Friday night and he's an all-timer, Joel. But this kid, my God. And he's not alone, Jared.
No.
The coach has played off the back on the weekend, Noah Anderson. But it's not just those kids. It's, Took Miller. I admire what Took Miller's done, and Jared Harbaugh. The spirit up there is fantastic. How long it can go for, it's going to go up and down. Instead of it going up like last year and coming down and staying down, how about it goes up and comes down and goes up and stays between 40 and 60% rather than 85% and 15%. Just close that gap, and if they close that gap, more victories will be coming their way.
It's 5 or 6 years since there's been any sort of hope around Gold Coast quite like this. Matt's going to join us tomorrow night. He was in here in his under-18 year, do you remember? He was at the desk with us. So he's part... Remember we told him...
That was 2 years ago.
When he left, we said, so once you've been here, you're always part of the 360 family. So he's going to make good on that tomorrow night.
Can I tell a quick story? It's about me, but it's not really about me. It's about Matt Rowell. But I'm in it. Last year's grand final, where you get invited to the function, OK? You work, but I go for a function, then I go to the press box. I'm sitting there eating, and a guy came up and tapped me on the shoulder, and I turned around. I didn't recognise him. He was a kid. I thought, who's this kid? And he goes, oh, hello, Robbo. I'm still part of the family, the 360 family, and it was Matt Rowell.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, what a good person. Not a kid. What a good person to do that. And everyone who speaks of Matt Rowell's character, and it's easy to say when you play well and you say he's great and great and great, just listen to him. He's a wholesome animal, if that makes sense. I'll represent the club off the field brilliantly. Put me on it, I'll kill you. I mean, what a great pickup. That was not a bad story, was it?
It'd be good to have him tomorrow night.
Good story?
He belongs.
Yeah.
It was good enough.
Good story?
Well,
tell everyone it was a good story.
It's a good story.